welcome to the MPAC Zoomcast. I'm Ed Kirchdoerffer, Chief Operating Officer at Mayo Performing Arts Center. On Saturday, January 4th, we have a great evening of comedy in store for you all, featuring Bobby Collins and the woman we are speaking with today, Maureen Langan. Hey, Maureen, how you doing?
Hello, Chief Operating Officer Guru Big Maka at Mayo. How are you, Ed?
Good. So I have to let people know we have known each other. I actually looked up how long we've known each other because I keep notes on this. I actually don't keep notes on this, but we've known
So,
each other for since about 2010
ah,
when you first appeared here.
mhm,
We did something called Speakeasy. Do you remember the Speakeasy, which we did?
ew.
It was like a moth type event in the Starlight Room, and we always talk about how we can bring that back someday. But Maureen was part of the crew that was there that night, along with, I think, Brad Zimmerman and Jane Condon, I think, was part of that as
Hey,
well.
Patrick. Yeah, you offered us the smaller room. That's a wonderful cabaret space. We turned it into a night of storytelling from the serious to the seriously funny. And if you were easily triggered, then just turn around because it was a really nice way for people to share personal stories, funny stories, open-hearted stories. But you've always been so good to me since I met you, Ed. And, growing up in Morris County and having such a connection to you and to the Morristown Performing Arts Centers. It's a big deal to me. It means a lot.
Yeah, you are a Morris County girl. So where in Morris County are you from?
I hate bragging, but I grew up in Lake Hiawatha, New Jersey, where there is no lake. I know. There's no lake in Lake Hiawatha. That is so hurtful. It's like a kid walking
So
around looking for an inner tube and with their inner tube and nose plugs all summer long.
just
There was
looking around,
a time, they
yeah,
say.
just searching around for any type of body of water that looked like a lake. So
Yeah.
Parsippany High School or
Yep, Parsippany High School. Yep, Central Junior High. And I drove by with my mother the other day past Central. Like, Mom, my blessed Irish immigrant mother. I said, we used to play archery out in the field at Central Junior High School. Archery, like bows and arrows. And she's like, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, the kids can't do a damn thing these days anymore. I'm like, well, I think that might be a little bit dangerous. That's a little bit archery.
but what
Oh,
did we know back then, right? It's like now it's archery with like if my son does it, my son's 10, he has like like styrofoam and all that stuff. So it's like this was like the real deal, right? You could just like
yeah,
impale somebody.
yeah. But it was fun. I liked it. Right off of Vale Road in Parsippany. Crazy.
So tell us a little about your journey as a stand-up comedian. Like how long have you been in the
Boy.
business and what's
Boy. Mhm. Well, I was a journalist for many years and I worked for Bloomberg and public television. And when I worked for Michael Bloomberg in New York City at his radio and television station, he said, "You're the only one around here with a sense of humor. Do you want to create your own beat?" So I did celebrity interviews, commentary, satirical world news. And he said to me, start your own beat, which I did. And I did a lot of that type of work. And then when he started to run for mayor, they really reeled me in. I couldn't be controversial. You have to, so after 7 years, I left and I started doing stand up because you feel like once that mouth is out of the box, keeps growing. So who needs health insurance and a dental plan, when you can have stand up comedy? So I've been doing it 25 years now,
Mhm.
long time. And this will be the first show on January 4th, or I think my blessed Irish mother is going to be there.
Really?
Yep, she's never come to a show.
Your mom has never come to a show.
Mm.
Does she know my mom? Because my mom lives 3 miles away from here and she's never been to this theater.
Are you kidding?
No.
And it's not like my mother has a reason I'm there. So she doesn't want to see me when I'm performing. But you're there. Your mother doesn't have to see you. She can see other shows. She
I
can
know.
see
I
people.
know. But
My
she
mother
complains
just doesn't want to see me. That's
What?
not true. You know what it is that this is such a weird dichotomy. Growing up in an Irish Catholic family, there's always a sweep it under the rug. Don't shame the family. Don't make a show of yourself. Don't air your laundry. And so it's always weird that I'm more comfortable in a room full of 1,200 strangers telling comedy than I would be in front of my own mother because of that Irish judgment. Why are you telling tales? Why are you talking that way? What are you talking about? Um, but now that I'm 112, I've finally gotten over that. And it's like, to hell with it. She's going to come. She's going to sit center. And my siblings and friends will be there because I grew up in the area. But I think
So,
it'll be.
so what finally got her to come? Are you well? Is anything wrong with you?
But I think it'll be great. I'll make fun of her too, and I'll point her out to the audience. So I think that'll be a hoot.
So you're in for it the week after that, right? So
Yeah, I'll take the repercussions.
yeah. One of the things I really enjoyed about comedy the last time you were here, and it's because I think it is intelligent, right? It's smart comedy. You don't rely on gimmicks or anything like that. And I always enjoyed when you would make a reference and then you kind of did an aside where you felt you had to explain the reference to half the audience. And
I will be coming with subtitles for some of the people, but I explained some of my references. That came because I was working at a club in New York City one night, and in the front row were 20 somethings. Now, I have nieces and nephews who are 20 somethings, and they're smart. And I'm not doing this blanket statement because I don't, am that generation. I hate when people do that because there's some really cool, wonderfully evolved young people, and they're our future, and I love that. But when I looked at them and I said that the Kardashians are like suffragettes without integrity or cause, they looked at me like, "What?" I go, "You don't know what a suffragette is?" And they didn't. And my head exploded. Like, I was like, "Why am I doing this? You don't know what they are? They were women who were force-fed, put in jail. What is wrong with you people?" And then in my anger and explaining, I realized I can do that and talk about anything. So there was a freeing in it. And that's where
yeah.
that came. It came from a real frustrating moment where people don't know who suffragettes are.
Mm-hmm. Now, last year you got to be on America's Got Talent, and you want to talk about how that experience affected you and hopefully helped your career?
Well, I did go to the semifinals where I lost to a dog. We all lost to a dog. I will save some of my jokes about that for the stage.
Mhm.
Yeah, listen, they called me. I didn't, reach out to them, and I said, I don't feel I'm right. And then they said, oh, we do. We think you are. And they went through material they had seen. I go, oh, all right. So they do know who I am. So I thought it was a great experience, though, the second one in the semifinals, you're going up after a guy, set his mother on fire. I mean, she lived, or 50 gospel singers who also dance. And then you're like doing your little joke show. So the juxtaposition is not really conducive to comedy, going on 9 after 11, 9 of 11 people, after people have been sitting there 2 hours pre-show, 2.5 hours on a show. So it was challenging. I did well. And it helped in terms of, doing more theaters that I love doing. And that means a lot. I just want to find my audience and connect with people. Um, that's really what the goal is. So that was nice. And Howie was very nice. All the judges were lovely.
What's in store for you for 2025?
I will be heading back overseas to perform in Ireland and London. And I did a tour of Croatia last year in Slovenia. So I may revisit that.
Mhm.
And just keep working. It's chopping wood, carrying water. It's just always like, that's what it is. It's day in, day out. There's no roadmap in this crazy, crazy business.
Mhm. We've been talking with Maureen Langan, who's performing with Bobby Collins here at Mayo Performing Arts Center on Saturday, January 4th at 8 p.m. Tickets are available at mayoarts.org. Maureen, where can people find out more information about you?
Go to my website, Maureen Langan, LANGAN.com. Also, I'm on Instagram and Facebook mostly, Maureen LANGAN. And if you come out on the 4th, you may get to meet my blessed Irish immigrant mother. That'd be fun.
Great. Well, we look forward to seeing you back at the theater. We always enjoy having you here. It's been too long since you've been here. So everybody come out on the 4th for a great night of comedy. It'll be a great way to start 2025. Thanks, Maureen, for spending a few minutes with us. Thank you so much for being on the Zoomcast with me.
Well, thank you for being so supportive. And listen, I love the Mayo so much. I love Morristown. I love your theater, and I adore you. You've been tremendous to me. So thank you, Ed.
And that's today's Zoomcast. Thanks for watching.